Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. This is, I think, maybe the 9th or 10th ever subscriber tournament. I think there's only 4 of us today. Or maybe even 3 before. But yeah, should be good. This guy's berserked on me, which is very rude. Yeah, there's 4 of us. Alright, hope you're all well, guys. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the series. And yes, this guy is... I'm not even going to go into this line, because this leads to a short game. A very tactical game. So if we take... Try and put the time pressure on, but they have got increments, so I don't want to fall for any like opening traps. I just want to get out there. This guy's a 1500 nearly. Do I hit the knight? And then come out like this. This pawn could be a little bit weak. This guy's getting very active. Do I just prepare to castle? I'm not sure I love my position, guys, but oh, I've got to thank a load of people that have bought me a coffee, but I can't get it up on the screen because it shows their emails, and I don't want to show their email addresses. I did that before with someone, and I got told off in a video a while back. So right here, oh, they go like this, create a luft move. They're looking a bit aggressive. I want to sort of kick them back. We'll stop anything coming here. Okay, can we break in the center? Not really. I'm going to go like this and try and push this bishop back. I'm just a bit worried about this pawn. It all feels a little bit fragile. This might be a nice move. They're not thinking about sacking on this pawn, are they? No. Okay. So this looks interesting. Although it steps into a pin this way. If this, we block in my bishop. If this... Just holding the knight, preparing this. But then we lose defense of the pawn. No, let's definitely take this. Right? Yeah, definitely. So they're hitting my bishop. So if I hear they take... To be honest, my bishop is a bit awful anyway, so I encourage them to take it. Right? Rotate back with the queen. Defend this pawn, lift the queen. There's going to be some pressure here though, I've got to watch out. But that allows me to correct everything, right? Yeah, because now these pawns are strong, I believe. So this. Oh, just bring a rook to the center. This one. Or I might want to leave this rook here to prepare this move, guys. So I might just do that. Take control of the light squares, give my dark square bishop activity, cut their light square bishop's options off. So if we just trade down, I think it's fine. My pawns could maybe be a bit overextended, so... Do I try for this? Put some pressure on that bishop with my rook? Maybe the rook's coming here. Should probably contend, but if this... Yeah, that move looks too scary. I'm just gonna... I might put the queen there. Rook comes. You know what? I can put the rook here and play this and reinforce with the queen. I really want to get this moving. So I've got a little bit more time. They have berserk, so I've got to be careful. Don't want to give them extra points. I think berserk and you get double points or something like that. So if this... I don't see a problem. Bishop here looks maybe annoying, but I just come up. But I can take that, right? This is just hanging. And then, so if takes, check, I take. And they've not got any other checks. So this is just winning for me now. Just up a piece. Yeah. Good job I calculated it though, because I would have been a bit scared otherwise. So check. Does that help? They come out. Wow. Okay, they're getting aggressive. Now this pin just finishes them off. Let's just take, simplify, take all the pawns, push a pawn. Like this, guys. Like that. Alright. Berserking on me. Sarvesh. Right. So this, where's the mate? Where's the mate? Like, what happened? Bat resigned. Nice. All right. That's a good little win to start things off, guys. Yeah, someone bought me 5 coffees the other day. I need to thank him in the next video. I'm going to write it down. Yeah. I'm going to write his name down. What an absolute legend. Right. Shout out incoming, boya. This. So Daniel, right. What's Daniel up to nowadays? 903 is that? Okay. Right, we're going to push. I think this is the advanced French. But I'm a bit scared that he knows his theory. I know this is a book move, and I think there's this coming and this coming. Putting pressure on the center. So I'm definitely going to do this and try and take that and just damage their king side. All my pawns are on dark squares as well. Okay. I guess they can get away with that. What if I go here? Just go all out aggression. They have to go back. Or they can go there and then my king side's messed up. Do I get super aggressive though, guys? Let's do it. Let's try. If back here I take. But then they've got an open rook to attack me and I don't know where I'm putting my king. Probably a terrible move this, to be fair. But so if this, they get their queen out. Yeah, I'm sort of regretting this move a lot. But there's this. But then they take with check. So if this, keep the king in the center, this looks completely nuts. Preparing this, hitting the queen and the knight. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. But it's sometimes good to get a little crazy. Get out your comfort zone, and I think you learn more, do you? So I guess we're taking with the king now. Okay, this looks very bad for me. But I've got a big space advantage and an active king going into the end game, so maybe I try and like trade. I need to get this bad boy bishop out, probably to this square to try and hold the center together. Bit of pressure here. I think if this takes this... Oh, I really don't know. I think I'm just losing. This though? Then they take the pawn, but then they go here. I really don't know, guys. This doesn't look good for me at all. There's too much pressure here. I think if I could just about got it defended. I honestly don't know what I'm playing at today. I just want to get out of this opening. I want to get the queens off the board badly. I have got some space though. It's not all over. I've got space. It just looks weird. And at least the cat comes to this square and start checking me. This pawn's nicely covering. If here, or do I hit the queen? But if I hit the queen, knight takes. But then I take, and maybe actually that simplifies. That's the goal, isn't it, in this position? We've got a dodgy king, we're going to try and simplify. Let's get the queens off the board. Oh, yeah, nice. But now, my only advantage there was that I've got an active king in the end game, and the lower rated players do this quite a lot. They'll be a little bit compliant to my wishes, because I wanted to get into an end game and they've just sort of traded everything off. And I love you, Daniel, though. I love Daniel. Like, he's one of my oldest subscribers, but just generally, like, lower rated players seem to do this quite a lot. So we're probably going to try and kick this bishop all the way back. There, maybe just more trades is good for me. But we don't want to draw at the same time. If this, we just get double isolated pawns. If this, we're developing a piece. We're also threatening maybe this fork at the end of it. So if this takes, just bringing another piece to the party rather than trading off, I think is normally good. But then this pawn is sort of hanging. So maybe we just take... dislodge the king. I guess it stops them castling, but the king's not in an awful spot. Maybe we... If this... Because we've got to protect this pawn from the bishop. And we've got to get the knight out of danger. If this, we lose a pawn. So do we just... No, we're not losing this pawn. The rook covers. What am I chatting, guys? What am I chatting? Right, I need to get this moving because their rook's going to try and infiltrate now. Okay, so we're contending the rooks. It's what an endgame is all about, guys. This might be completely... I think it is completely drawing, but let's see if I can get a swindle in the endgame. It's my go, yeah. Right, so let's cut off these dark squares for the bishop. Maybe I should have done that before. This. But after takes, I don't know what my knight is actually doing there. But we have to deal with this bishop. We've got to get rid of it. Urgently, guys. That's priority. This bishop is way stronger than my knight. My knight is a little wimp on this square. It's not doing anything. That looks like a great move. So if this... Are we alright? Or even this, just taking away this square from the bishop. But then if here, I can take it. Rook could infiltrate here. Maybe I try and get some activity with the knight. I'm definitely not winning, guys. I just had an awful opening and then had to trade pieces, and now I'm just a little bit drawing. So, where does this bishop actually go? If I just go here. Where does the bishop go? Here is the only square I take. Or pin. But it's not a true pin because the king does cover. So if here, they can't check me with the bishop. So here, what have they got? They just move back. I've got the more active king in the endgame, but they've got a bishop. So if I take, they win the pawn at the end after check, winning the pawn. I don't want to go into that line. I think this looks slightly better, but honestly, might be losing. If this, they could even throw in like a capture of a pawn. This looks good, but I really don't think it is. They capture a pawn, I can't recapture because I lose the rook. But I could go like this. Bang. Bang, right? Daniel not realizing that he can just go back. And the rook is protected. This isn't a true pin, it just looks good. And again, conducive trading off of material, which just helps me. Well played though, Daniel. I honestly thought that was like drawing. You held your own for a good while there. 900 rated player, an absolute beast. Beast of a 900 there. It's not a true rating that, by the way, guys. I think it's like an 11, 1200 on chess.com as well. So if... Right, we need to get active with the knight, so maybe this break here. I'm just noting, I don't think... The king can't actually get in, but they're probably going to try to play this break. But this looks to activate my knight. And try get in behind. How many is in the tournament? Still 4 of us. Okay. 30 minutes left, guys. How do you like these longer format videos, by the way? Oh. Yeah, it's early morning for me, guys. I'm just getting my morning coffee. Yeah. Off for a walk with the family today in this forest. So they take, and maybe I go for this, sort of forking these two pawns. Obviously this one's defended, but I could win this pawn, that it's just over because this pawn runs. Alright, Daniel, I can't give you a draw. Wait, sorry guys. I'm gonna move this here so you can see the time. I had someone, I didn't know whether to show the time or the chat. No one, I don't think there's much being said in the chat though, it's fine. So if here, as intended, going after this pawn, and then maybe break like this, or this. Yeah, that looks good, because the knight now covers this square. Alright? Yeah. The fans are saying Daniel can win on time. He's got some supporters watching this game. So takes. I mean, it's probably fine, isn't it? If I go like this, I'm just gonna keep chasing this pawn because once I win it, it's just over. And again, it can only go here, and I take. And if takes, this runs. Takes, this is fine. So probably a cheeky resign at this point. King's still blocked off by my pieces. Okay, nice. So what is happening? Savesh. I've been putting another game straight away. Okay. Shall we try Caro-Kann? No. I'm scared of it. I'm much more comfortable with the Sicilian. But I'm trying to learn the Caro, guys. I don't have time to try to learn all the Sicilian theory. So this is just an open Sicilian. I've been here before. I know what I'm doing, right? I like this when they capture, giving us nice 3 pawns in the center. And then we look to fianchetto. This knight isn't very good. All the squares just blocked off. And now, vision down here. If this, is this an issue? No. I often like to play like this. If this and they move this, I just take, right? So I've got time to play this and then bring the knight out here in order to keep the dark square bishop active, guys. That's my thinking. But there might be better ways to play this, like there probably is, but it works for me at my level of chess. So, guess they're going like double fianchetto. I'm just going to develop. I need to decide what I'm doing with this bishop, and it looks very happy here. Just stopping them castling. So maybe they'll go back. Oh, they're going to try castle this side. Okay. In which case, I want to start attacking. There's a lot of coverage here. If this takes, threatening this, which isn't really a threat, they just move. We put a rook on the open file. We need to think of a plan. Do we just get castled? Probably as solid as move as any, innit? I was just scared to reveal my intentions, guys. But I think it was obvious I was castling here. Oh, here we go, guys. All right, it's kicking off. It's a race. Who's going to attack first? So I think this is sort of the most forcing thing to try and open up the position. My dark square bishop is beautiful. Does that allow this? If takes, we just get a mass trade. If here, do I care? Not really. If this, I think that's just, it's just giving them a hook. It's giving them a pawn to try and chip into my position. So I've got 3. I'm a bit lower on time. If this takes, but then the, wait, this takes. Yeah, they've got too much coverage on that square. I go like this. No, I can go like this. The bishop covers. Ah, right. Yeah. All right, this is a beautiful move. Took me a while to see it. So if this... I mean, if this, it deflects the queen, but then my rook is... Their rook is looking at my queen, X-raying my queen, which I'm not happy about. So I could just reinforce here. Just building for the attack. Maybe this as well. But then that does block in my bishop. I mean, I don't care if they take. And if pushing in, I just go back. So if this takes. But then takes. So maybe we're going to reinforce this square here. But then I have to push. I take, right? I think this is alright. If they take here, do I go like this and open up my rook? I think I do. Normally you take towards the center, guys, but given their open file, I'm going to take here and open up the rook. I think so. But also this pawn's weak anyway. But yeah, they want to do that because it hits everything. But I'm hitting this pawn now. After I'm just going to get out this sort of skewer situation. In. To take this pawn. Have I got anything there? Got this. That just looks toxic. That looks nasty for them. You know, their knight is pinned, their bishop is hit. Let's do that. I don't see any checks. Also, we're double attacking a pinned piece, so this just wins. Yeah, just the loss of one pawn, but it's absolutely devastating to the structure, I think. So we can insert this first. And then recapture, right? If we take, they can maybe try and reinforce this knight and step out the pin somehow. I don't know, like this. Oh, I don't know how they'd step out the pin even. Yeah, but most forcing is to hit the queen. Have they got an in-between check? That's the only thing. Not with the queen and not with the bishop, not with the rooks, right? So we can throw in this. I think. Just triple checking this, guys, because this is completely winning if it's right. Yeah, hitting the queen, hitting the bishop. Also, this bishop could be... Could we take that with the rook? Would that help? Where does the queen even go? Is the queen just trapped? No, queen goes here. And if we go... Can we trap the queen? We've almost got ideas of this. That the rook covers, and the queen. But there is alignment issues with the king and queen being on the same diagonal. Have they gone offline? Oh no. What's happening in the tournament, guys? Can you see this screen? Yeah. So, what's my rating? Normally tells you what my performance is 1600, so fair enough. I think this guy's gone offline. I'm going to claim a victory here. It was completely won. I don't feel bad. What's my performance at now? Oh, it's gone up. 1741. Right. Yeah, GG. Right, so who is playing now? Daniel, an okay chess player. Let's spectate this for a little bit. So what's happened here? So these are the two, they were saying in this chat before, they're the two noobs of the channel. They're not, they're alright. So we get an exchange, this is all fairly normal. Double checking I'm not being thrown into a game there. Takes in the center. Bishop attacking, white reinforcing. Castles, pretty solid this. Ah, so that's the only, no? All force in, and then this? Yes. Okay, chess player, nice plan. Just like forcing everything off the board, knowing at the end of it, you're going to have this in balance of having the double isolated pawns. And then just trying to trade everything off. Hitting the... I really like the way Black's played this, like simplified down. Oh, I don't like that move though. Surely just push. Because if you push, this move treats this pawn and this pawn as equals in black's eyes. And black should say, no, this G pawn is so much better than this doubled pawn here. And to try and prove that, you'd push and try and hold this structure together. You know, like that. So I'm not sure about that move, but here, a little check. I'm not sure what that check does. They just rotate back. And yeah. at this level, guys, like, check in. You're going to get a fork eventually, aren't you? So, rook infiltrating. Nice from Daniel. Okay. Pushing, but after takes. Oh no, pawn can't take. Playing off the pin. Wow. And king can't take because it's king opposition. That's a good move. Took me a second. And then check. Daniel coming back. What an idea. What an absolute beautiful move. Kicking the king back in order to win the knight. And now white's just better, I think. And that's still winning because you're forcing the black king onto the edge of the board at the end of it. Oh no, I'd have gone that way. Probably either way is winning, isn't it? But I'd have definitely gone for this pawn and just pushed this guy. But yeah, that plan, totally fine. And now we get to the current position. Black resigned. So what happened? Push this pawn. Yeah, and there's a low resignation. Okay, so what else is happening in this tournament, guys? When is my next game? That was my last game. What's going on? Okay. Wait, this is the game I just played, right? Yeah. Alright, guys, I guess I'll have a little sippy. Wait, actually, this is a perfect time. Let me minimize this. I'm going to shout out some people. Just so you can't see their email addresses, that's why I'm minimizing. Oh no, they throw me into a game. Right, sorry. Let me get this back. Okay, I'm in. More e4 versus Daniel. So Daniel was the guy we played first, I think. Okay, so probably Ruy Lopez. This is normal. This is fine. So maybe we pop back, put some pressure here. And then the idea is to try and win this pawn, guys. In fact, if takes, they get... Do they get anything? They get this and try and win this pawn back. But at this point, if we throw in this... Now this pawn is solid. This e4 pawn. So when queen comes here hitting the knight, we can retreat the knight and this is solid. So the idea in the Ruy Lopez is to take the knight and try and win the pawn early on. But they've defended against that by kicking my bishop out. So we get into more of a middle gamey thing. So let's probably come here. The only thing, this isn't great. Like, it's all right. But their dark square bishop can just come and get out the pin, and it's fairly pleasant for them. This now. Here. If this now, though, it stops them recapturing if I take. So if here, let's say they take here, I take. I don't want to get into another, like, end game with Daniel, because that last time it was way too drawish. And I want to give myself some winning chances, so. Probably just castle. The only thing is, with castle, this move is so strong. Honestly, I always think it's worth playing this move. In a lot of positions, this move isn't worth it, guys, but this pin is so annoying to navigate. You've got to reinforce knight with knight, and maneuver your queen out of the pin, and it's just awkward. Or maybe this, but if takes, we get a weird structure, but probably fine. Get an open rook. There's always compensation, guys. There's always these little... We push this if takes. Takes. No. If this, though, they take with their... I don't want them to take with their knight. If takes, we're hitting their knight. Or just castle. Castling's probably best. They're probably going to castle. We could come out and hit their queen. If this is a weakness, it's a real weakness because of this pin against the king. So let's see if they fall for that after castling. So here, hit the queen. We want to induce this weakness. Nice. And now we're very happy here. I almost don't want to play this because then they'll realize that this can't take because of the pin. I don't really want to make them aware of the pin. But also I want to trade this guy off. Their dark square bishop's pretty strong. Just sort of X-raying my king. And I like this. Taking towards the center. Threatening to win the knight. Attacking the pin piece. So they have to play this pretty much, right? Okay, all that. That's even better. Develop a piece. If this... They can go here. Defend the pinned bishop. Maybe it's not over. If this here... We can go take. I think that looks better. And if this, forking, I can go take, and after take, I win the knight back? Ugh. Maybe I go here. I want this rook on the open file. I don't know. Just take it. If this, take, move over, take. I'm going to go for this. I don't care about the fork. I want to win the bishop. My light square bishop is going to be a monster. Worth any rook. It's going to be a 5-point bishop, guys. If they go for this fork. Okay, so they have to step out. What are they saying in the chat? E3 was a big blunder in Sarvesh's match. I can't remember, mate. I don't know what Daniel's thinking about here. Like, this... Yeah. Have we got any checks? I mean, I'm assuming we just have to lose the rook, but... This looks nice in the future, pinning. But yeah, we're going to have to lose the rook. Here, defends this square. We probably take with the other rook and just keep this like semi-open file. And then we go for this sort of mischief, I think. So it's even on material, guys. I got 2 pieces. They got a pawn and a rook. My opponent left the game. Why is everyone leaving the game today? What's going... Oh, Daniel does say he has bad internet. I'm definitely not going to claim this victory because it's an even game. Right, now is when I'll do it. Now is when the shout-out's coming, guys. Right, minimizing. And... Right, buy me a coffee. This guy bought me 5 coffees and it was just absolutely crazy. Probably, yeah, I think the most... I've never really had my own business or made money for myself. I've like, worked for a company, which is, you know, the corporations just controlling you. Yeah, so it's nice to make a bit of money myself. So this guy bought me 5 coffees, which is like 25 quid, which is like big, isn't it? It's life enhancing. So Bobby Cockles and Mark Cooney, and I think I've already shouted you out, but Calvin Vidavelu. But it's Mark Cooney who bought me 5 coffees. What an absolute legend. And let's re-maximize this bad boy here. Get back into the game. Okay. So I was going to take with a rook, I think. A bit lower on time. Probably doesn't matter too much. With the queen? I'll take with the rook. I like the queen's availability of this square. And it can maybe reinforce the bishop in its pinning activities. This pin looks monstrous because the rook can't naturally... If the rook could come to this square, it'd be alright. I can't throw in that move. They're hitting my queen. So if takes... I don't see it's good for me. Probably come here, but then there's ideas of this. Pinning everything up. You know what? Do I just go here? Offers me a draw? No. I don't really like taking it though. Is there any other option? If here? I just want to get my queen off this. I don't know. I'm spooked. I'm spooked with the idea of this. After takes, this rook coming just looks horrible. I got spooked, guys. So if takes, I take with a rook. It was a fork. I didn't know it was a fork. I thought it was just an attack on my queen. Okay, so I'm just down a piece. I should have accepted the draw. Daniel is too strong. If this... I'm just gonna have to play quick now. There's 3-second increment though, so I'm not gonna be able to swindle it on time. I'm gonna have to actually like manually swindle this with some trickery. So I can't trade, so let's centralize. Probably this is coming. That looks really strong, yeah. So if this, no. This, no. This. Trying to get in. Trying to get some fork. If I can get a fork of like the queen and rook, then I'm back in it. I can't believe I lost that bishop. My whole plan was that bishop was going to be a monster, and I just... Yeah, I was over-calculating into the future, I think. Like, I was just getting worried about these complications. If this, we get an isolated pawn. If this, we lose our threats. So I think we try and get more imbalanced and take on the isolated pawn and get these open lines, but then this loses. If this, that doesn't work, we've just lost the knight. We've completely lost. If this, trying to win the knight, we've got 30 seconds to swindle, but they've got this square to step out and protect. So, completely over. I'm just going to play a move. It's a terrible move. Yeah, but now this is pinned, right? Is this a little offering of a pawn there? But actually, no, it's not pinned because this is protected. But once I move the queen, maybe this is an issue. Like move the queen like here, trying to take. If this looks annoying. If this, no. Gotta get the queen out. If this, that looks interesting. Try that. 19 seconds. The knight is now pinned. If this, they've not got a check, which is beautiful. If this, I don't see how they defend the knight. Takes. Oh, does that work? Yeah, just stepping out the pin. Okay. If we hit this, they can't go here. So let's try that. And try and get a swindle on the board, guys. If this, they just take. That's awful. That's so bad. That's so bad. This and might be what? I think am I getting tired? What? I know I'm low on time, guys, but even so, that's very bad. So 4 minutes left, so not enough for a final game there. What happened at the end there? All into pot. But luckily, I won the first few games and did all right. Performance 1400, not great. That's like 1200 on chess.com. So definitely not my best game day, but I hope you enjoyed, guys. Leave a like and subscribe if you did. Leave a comment. Let me know which series you prefer on my channel, and I'll go off more in that direction. So cheers. See you next time.